Guys, we are definitely out here and just decided that we're going to give you a live tonight. Um, guys, push out tonight on a level. Um, link up, get a little chat in with you guys, and see what you guys want to chit chat though. You guys can jump in there and give you guys some time to jump on. Yeah, man. Definitely, guys, check in and jump in the description. Click on the link, guys, and jump on if you like, and jump on live with Jamaican Shore Fishing. See what's up. Any questions you want to ask? I'm pretty much doing this live tonight, guys. Get ready, gearing up for the next adventure this weekend. Pushing out. Big up yourself. Clinton, big up yourself. Enough love. Thank you for joining. Um, yeah, man. Anything you want to ask Jamaican shore fishing? I'm just gearing up for the next adventure for this weekend. Pushing out. Definitely going to do some hardcore fishing this weekend. Drop line fishing, lure fishing. Supposed to be some spear fishing involved in. Stay tuned for the next epic adventure. Um, Trust me, this one's going to be serious. It's going to take up a lot of time, a lot of memory. Probably take up this whole weekend to do this video, guys. So expect this video about Sunday-ish. I'll push that one out. I'm going to have to do some serious work on that, edit that, get that out to you guys. Um, it's a lot of work, guys, going out and lure fishing. Sometimes you go out and you go hunting and you'll go to 4 or 5 different spots. You won't pick anything up on that one last spot. It's just hitting. And it also depends on timing when you go out. Your timing is very important. Early morning, early evenings for lure fishing before it gets dark. Um, Sometimes you can lure fish at night, but it's lighted areas where there's light actually on the water, and the fish can see that lure coming across, especially like barracudas and certain other fish that hunts at night, like snappers. Um, I really don't like it because of the fact that hitching up and losing your lure, and then you have to most likely try to go get it in the dark, and that's not kosher for you to try that. So I'd rather go out when there's a little bit of light. I can see my lure. Once the lure hits the water from a distance, I can see it coming into me. I can see how it's swimming, what it's doing. Is it doing the action that it's supposed to? Um, does it look attractive? Does it make the fish want to grab it? Do I see a chase? And that's another important thing, guys. You have to watch that lure coming in because behind it, naturally, there's going to be a fish. And you want to see what that fish is doing. Is he riled up and ready to grab that lure, or um, is he just sitting there hunting something else and you just got in the path and he's just gonna swim off or something? It's tricky because I've been in a situation where I get to a spot and there's bait fish all over the place. I'm like, all right, well, this is a good sign because that means bait fish. That means there's a predatory of fish hanging around the area. So I study my area when I go out. I just don't go out and say, all right, this is a good fishing spot, throw out my line. I don't catch a fish there 5 minutes later, I'm leaving. No, I work that whole entire area until I exhausted everything that I could possibly exhaust. And Rod, big up surfishing. Surfishing, I'm going to change that to Mr. Barracuda. Mr. Barracuda, bro. All right, barracudas now is one of my favorite fish to really catch because they do put up a good fight. And if you catch a big enough one, trust me, you will not regret that fight. And a lot of people underscore them as not a game fish, but they are a good game fish. They're a predatory fish. They hunt, and I just rate them as a very smart fish because once they actually look up out of the water to see anything outside of the water, and I don't see much fish doing that, but they actually look up to be like, oh, they see you, they're gone. Quick, 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 like lightning. And they're pretty fast on the strike too, guys. So that's one of the things that I love about them, and they're very exciting fish to catch. And they'll definitely them and tarpons. Tarpons are definitely fight. I haven't really done a video on tarpons yet, guys. Hopefully, I can get into that frenzy where I can get one because tarpons more time when they're feeding is the time that you catch them. They're in the area and they're running around and they're feeding on the little sprats or the other smaller fish. And then you'll actually get them on the lure because of the fact they're feeding. So when the lure hits the water and they see a single fish swimming off by itself, perfect opportunity. Single out, there you go, bam. Definitely exciting fight, especially if you get one like in the 30, 40 pound regions. Trust me, you're going to be sitting there for a bit until he gets tired. And even when he gets tired, you bring him in, he still agree. And he still want to fight. I've been in a situation where I was out fishing with Big Wall Bear. On fishing with Big Wall Bear, guys. Go over to the channel, check out his channel, give him a thumbs up, give him a like, share, and subscribe to his thing. Go to some other channels, guys, and check them out. Extreme Fishers, Virgin, Definite Magenta, CM Wave. Check them out. Jump on his channel, guys. Um, give him a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to his thing too. You'll definitely see some exciting big fish catch over there, man. That man do extreme fishing. I've been out with him before. If you go back into my videos, guys, you'll definitely see videos with me and him. Um, yes, all right. Well, being precise in the rivers now is practice, and that's another thing I tell people. Study your setup that you're gonna use for lure fishing. I use a light setup. I actually use a 7 foot micro series Shakespeare light rod, which in don't weigh much, and a BG 3000, and I'm running 15 pound line on it. I could go a lot lighter, but I choose not to. I want to stay in the 15 pound region because I go for bigger fish just as well as I go for smaller fish. Um, because sometimes I go micro fishing where I get a little bit of challenge. In the rivers now, it's practice, 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 practice. I wasn't that good at it. I hitched up. As a matter of fact, in that same narrow river, think I have a few lures hitched up down there that I haven't gone for yet because sometimes I do go back for them when I'm in the mood to get wet or go in that water. I just don't feel good going in that water because Dad said there was crocodiles in there at one time and I went in it twice. And I just don't feel safe going in there by myself. So I'm not taking chances and then next thing you know I'm bit by something. But it's practice, practice. And then your lure weight, I use nothing heavier than a quarter ounce lure weight on my light setup. I do not go over. I don't want to break my rod tip. That's number one. And I use nylon line, Caskin 15 pound, superpower braided line on my BG series. I have 30 pound on all my other rods. I don't go over the 30 pound because I try to get a longer distance cast with a lighter line. If I go 60 or 70 pound lines, I won't get that cast from the shore. Now, when you're trolling on the deep or on the big sea, suggestion you go in the 60 to 100 pound line because of the fact of the size monsters that's out there. And I've had one experience when I was out with Jam Houston. I'm big him up just as well. I did a video with him in St. Elizabeth Alligator Pond. We launched from that point, and we went out and I was trolling, and I guess my drag must have been set bad. That's one mistake. That was my fault because I let the captain kind of tighten my drag up, and I didn't realize he tightened it so tight. When the fish grabbed onto the lure, I was trolling. Fish grabbed onto the lure rod, bend up. I mean, bend up to the point that I felt like the rod was going to break in my hand, and then the line just snapped. So you have to pay attention to your gears when you go out in those kind of areas because of the fact that you have to make sure that you set up yourself for the proper gear for the type fishing that you're doing. Now, if I'm going deep sea, I'm not going to be using my light line to troll because I know there's fish out here at 60, 70 pounds that's going to grab the line. A big tuna grab onto the line, you're in trouble. A my grab the line, you're in trouble. A wahoo grab the line, you're in trouble. You got to make sure you be able to control that situation. I've seen people control bigger fish with light lines, but it takes time and finesse. So you have to finesse the fish to bring them in. Get him tired to the point that he lay up on his side and just take your time and roll him in. You can't hug the fish or rush the fish to come in. You're gonna tear your lines off. Been out with extreme fishers, shark on the line, and trust me, that was the first time I ever held a shark on the line like that, and that was another experience. Yo, that was no joke. That fish was 100 miles an hour when he took off, and trust me, not holding that fish like that. That drag was tight, and he's running 60, 70 pound line on there, and we actually landed the shark. So you can go back in the other video and you can actually see that. Um, Jamaican shore fishing, extreme fishes. Jump on that video just as well, guys. So, guys, like I said, it takes practice. You don't get that good right off the bat. It took me a while to get good at casting the lures and getting accurate. And yo, I've actually joked around and got my lure stuck, and I had to go out and get myself wet. My car seat was wet. Everything was wet because I had nothing to change off into when I was in the middle of nowhere. And I had to get back home and get to where I was going. So I had to actually jump in the car like that. So definitely big up yourself, guys. Just make sure you just jump on the links because I leave links in my bio or inside of the excuse me description all the time for the gears that I use. Um, I use like entry level like Daiwa BG series. I started off with Plushino, very good reels and rods. Um, they do make good gear, guys. They're one of the first companies that I was working with, and it's not that expensive, but at the same time, they're actually durable. And I had them for a while, and I've put them through their most amazing abuse because they sent them to me to test them here, and I've been testing them on salt water and abuse and beating them up. So that's what I've been doing. I have not been servicing them. I've not been doing most I've done is WD 40 on them, and that was it. And they've been hanging in there, and the saltwater resistance has been good. So you guys can check out that brand, Placino. They're on Amazon, guys. You can get the gear that you really cannot afford to get, like the pen reels or the diode reels, because majority of those reels will run you $100, $99, depending on what you're gonna do. So you know, sir, if you cannot spend that kind of money, then you could go in the $40 and $30 bracket, and then you can get something decent that you can start off with and work with for the time being until you can get something better. All right, guys. So check it out. Do your research and your homework. Rods. I like to use Daiwa rods, Penn rods, Shakespeare rods, plus Shimano rods. They also make some good rods just as well. So you can check those brands out just as well, guys. All right. But as far as those things goes, going out this weekend, guys. Stay tuned for that exciting epic adventure. I'm gonna be linking up with another channel. I'm not gonna bust the secret yet, but stay tuned. It's gonna be definitely adventurous, guys. Big up yourselves, and we outside. All right, guys. So if you wanna dial in, guys, and jump in and drop a call in, I'll answer any other questions that you want. And we out here, guys. Bless up yourselves, Jamaican shore fishing. So yes, Ralston, big up yourself. Seen some pictures that you caught some really good fish this week, and trust me, brother, wow, we got those pictures to put up right now, guys. But big up yourself, guys. Check in, check in, check in, check in. Drop that thumbs up, that like, share, and subscribe to the channel, please. Yeah, so definitely drop a comment what you want to see Jamaican shore fishing do next, guys. You want to see me jump out there, and I want to get this kayak in the water very shortly, guys. Trust me, I've been haunted by this thing and haven't had the time or trust me, time's been a big thing with me with that. And you have to have a whole entire day when you do kayaking. You have to actually invest some serious time into doing it. So don't have a lot of that, guys. Sometimes. All right, guys. So let's up. I didn't see anybody jump in or call in yet. I'm not gonna draw this thing out to a 1 hour video. I was just doing a quick live tonight, guys, to basically get out with you guys tonight. Touch some basic with you. I know a lot of people is probably not home yet because they're in traffic. The road traffic's been hectic here in Montego Bay, guys. So it's been crazy, and I'm in, just relaxing, and gonna get me some rest and get up early to the next adventure, guys. So stay tuned with Jamaican Shore Fishing, guys. We're gonna definitely get you something epic, and hopefully this weekend I can hook on to that monster, guys, and get that epic video for you guys. All right, guys. Jamaican Shore Fishing, we are out here, guys. One love. Pick up yourselves.